playing hard. They played their behinds off, put themselves in position to win. They did some schematic things that were relevant, but the most important thing is their persistence, their pursuit of the ball. They stuck to all the closeouts were on time. I mean, they were flying at people, and that's the intensity and the physicality and just the staying with what they were doing. You have to have, and again, you have to respect them, but you can't, don't over-respect them. And but that's what my hat is off to Indiana for doing that.
Coach, they had the 7 days off before the series with you guys last year, 8 days off before that. Now they're coming off a hard-fought series. LeBron's played a lot of minutes. Does that factor in, do you think, this series at all, with you guys having had 4 days?
Well, again, you can talk about rest. That's what the league did for the players as far as staggering out the games throughout the season for this moment, for this time. To make sure that everybody was fresh. I don't buy into that. I don't think neither team looked tired today. And so we got to go in and play basketball. We got to go in and play with our philosophy, our pace, our defense, and not get caught up in, what happened last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and play. And a lot of times you get caught up into that and you outthink yourself. And we know what we have to do. We have our game plan in place. We know what we want to do in certain situations. And it's going to change. It's not going to be just one thing. It's going to change multiple times probably throughout the game because, they are, a smart team. So, that's kind of the way we're going to approach it.
What have you learned about going up against LeBron in this Cleveland?
Nothing. No, I haven't learned anything. I'm just not on the log, Bruce.
But have you figured out a better way to approach him over the years, or is it just more about being yourself?
We got to be who we are. I think we got to play. Use the data that won us 59 games and throughout the year, and play our game, and tweak some things what they're trying to take away. Read some things, and I know we're better at certain things they've tried to do in the past, and looking at the games from last year, and so we just have to do what we do.
Dwane, are you guys better equipped or better balanced for James and the Cavaliers as they're constructed versus how you're constructed?
Yeah, we feel like we are. We feel very confident with our second unit, playing them, going against whoever, whether it's Cleveland, Indiana, whoever it is. And I thought it eventually showed the other night. And just the confidence you got to have. You got to have, that type of confidence to go against anybody, not just Cleveland, not just Boston, not just Philadelphia. You got to have supreme confidence in yourself and what you do and your teammates at this time of year.
For a good part of that series, the Cleveland Indy series, Bogdanovich had James by himself, and they weren't sending help for a good part of it. What do you think of that strategy?
I thought it was good for Indiana. I thought it was good because of the fact that, it took them to 7 games. And you're not going to take away everything from anybody, whether it's Cleveland, Boston, Philadelphia. You're going to give up something. And you got to decide what it is on that particular play or that particular night, what you're trying to take away. And that's what the chess match is in a playoff series, is what you're trying to take away and what you're going to digest and live with.
What have you done best against Cleveland this year?
Well, we're 1 game in 3, so I don't, not very much. We beat them pretty well here, but the other 2 games I don't think we played very well.
Even the game where you had 79 at the half?
Evidently we didn't play well. We lost the second half, right?
Is it difficult? I mean, they used 4 different starting lineups in that series. Even the players who played in the first half were totally the same as in the second half. How difficult is it to prepare for a team that can sort of...
Well, they started, 4 different lineups, I think it is, throughout the 7 games. And so that's a mystery a little bit. But, again, we should know the personnel. We should know what their strengths and weaknesses are, whether it's Tristan at the 5 or Love at the 5 or LeBron at the point guard position. We know what they do, what they're trying to do. So it's up to us to understand, no matter who they start in those situations, it doesn't make it hard to prepare. They're doing a lot of the same sets and plays and defensive schemes, no matter who's in there. Maybe a little bit different with Love at the 5 versus Tristan at the 5 or Nance at the 5.
Dwayne, I was asking Brad this earlier too. Is there anything to be said for like kind of learning to beat somebody, beating a team over the years and not look back?
Well, again, when you're in the moment, you don't feel like it, but you look at the history of the league. Leo's been around, and the history of the league has always been a team that you had to leapfrog over, and that's not changed. It's always been that way throughout the history of the NBA. The years I was in Seattle, we had to go through Chicago. Before that, it was Detroit. Before that, it was Boston. So it's always going to be a great team that you got to go through. And through our process, we've worked hard to get to where we are, and we just got to continue to go and not get caught up in the hoopla of who we're playing. Just do what we do. Play our game as hard as we possibly can, no matter who it is.